Over the last few years, I've seen my ability to just do simple things like answer a phone call decrease. And more often than not, I end up just letting it go through to voicemail. A voicemail that then takes several days for me to pick up the courage to listen to it. Often meaning that it's too late to even respond to what the original message was. But making the phone call myself isn't really any easier. Even though I guess I have the power in this situation, there's still the element of unknown about what the person on the other end is going to say. Often I find myself making phone calls just desperately hoping that the person on the other end won't pick up, or even just hang up before they even get the chance to. I think some people kind of see this as reluctance to make phone calls as being kind of lazy, but when I know that it's time to make a phone call, I get a shortness of breath. My hands start to get sweaty and I do anything I can to avoid making that call. I mean, just this past weekend, after waiting 8 months to finally make a phone call to try and activate my credit card, I found out that it was just a robot on the other end and there was no reason to be so anxious about it.
Thank you for calling to activate your Sainsbury's credit card. Please note that it is only the original applicant who can activate the card. Please say or key in your card number now.
But this anxiety even carries across to sending emails. Even though there's no interaction with a person as such, it's just text on the screen, and there's still the fear of sending an email and waiting for that reply to hit my inbox. My sensitivity to my surroundings can vary on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes I can get through the day feeling quite normal. I don't feel particularly sensitive to things, and I haven't felt the need to just crawl into a hole to avoid all the noise. But then there are the other days. On days when my depression has taken control, I end up finding that I've got heightened senses. The clicking of a pen, there's someone slurping a cup of tea, typing on a keyboard. I can hear you breathing on the other side of the room. It just gets louder and louder and louder and more intense. And more and more and more until it just gets too much. I find that to get through the day, I have to spend most of it beneath my headphones. I'm never really sort of focusing on what I'm listening to. It just acts as an escape, a barrier between me and the outside world. And one of the other ways in which my mental health affects me daily is my memory. A lot of people will claim to have a bad memory, some more so than others, but depression is something that can really affect your memory more than you'd expect. When I was having my weekly therapy sessions, I was in a constant battle with my memory. The harder and harder I tried to remember things, the less likely I was going to. The impact my mental health has had on my memory is a big cause of concern. And my inability to remember just simple conversations has caused me to break down on numerous occasions. It's something again that is made worse by how much I'm struggling with my depression at the time. On bad days, it can take 4 trips in and out of the supermarket until I've actually left with what I went in for. I mean, I've spent hours looking for keys, tearing the house up, and fighting tears only to eventually find them in my coat pocket. The worse that my depression gets, the worse the memory gets. The worse the memory gets, the more fixated I become on how bad it is, which inevitably just makes the depression worse. Living with depression and anxiety isn't easy. It can affect even the most simple of daily tasks. And even if I look like I'm coping, There's very often a battle going on inside my head that no one else is aware of. These are just a few of the ways in which my mental health affects me on a daily basis.